SPSS. So we were talking about SPSS and we started doing SPSS. So let us see the descriptive statistics first. So first thing we will be covering would be the descriptive statistics. First thing which we'll be covering in SPSS would be descriptive statistics. Let me show you the file.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Can you tell us when a time jump to this class?
Yes, Rukaiya. You were asking something. Okay, so let me show you the file. This was what we were doing last time around. So we have the variable view with us, and from that variable view, we will be defining the questions, if you remember. So question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, and so on up to question 22. And then I told you that you have to put the question in the label. So your whole question will be coming in the label. This is what will be reported. And then the Meyer can be of two types. One, if you click on it, you can see that there is a scale or there is a nominal. Scale, nominal. Scale means interval data, like 5-point Likert scale data. And nominal means that it is in the form of a category. For example, what is your gender? If I want to define this, I will define it as a nominal data. Let me show you that. For example, there is question number 23. So what will I do? I will put it as Q23. I will put it as Q23. I will define it as, it's not numeric, it is string because it is about gender. Click OK. Then the question is, what is your gender? Mark. And you can see, if you can see that the scale, the Meyer is nominal, not scale. Let us define one more question, and I can enter the data as well. Now go to the data view. What I have done, I have defined a new question, which is Q23. The question is, what is your gender? And it is not interval data. It is on nominal data. Nominal data means it is category, male or female. Go to data view. Go to data view. And in data view, now you can see question number 23. Yes, here, question number 23. Here I will enter the strings. Strings mean from my questionnaire. From the questionnaire, let's say the first questionnaire was filled by a male. Second one was by a female. Third one is also by female. Fourth one is by male. And fifth one is by female. You can see I can enter it. This is the nominal data. This is the nominal data which I am entering. So in this way, you will have two types of questions in your questionnaire, mostly two types of questions, either on interval data, which is 5-point Likert scale, either on nominal data. Now the question is for SPSS, remember, this is a computer software, and you know, computer doesn't know what is male and female. You know that. Computer doesn't know who is male and who is female because it's written in the form of words. Whereas computer, the language of computer is 0, 1, you know that. So it should be in the form of numbers if computer has to recognize it. If computer has to recognize something, it should be in the form of numbers. So how can I do that? I can define the value. Now, if your value is 1, it will be male. If the value is 2, it will be female. I can define it in this way. So this is the value which will come in your SPSS report. Now you can ask me a question that in the data view we have given male and females. This is not 1 and 2. Can I change it into 1 and 2, or can SPSS change it into 1 and 2? The answer is yes. How can you do that? Please note down the process. So you have male and females with you, the gender, or some other category is there. How can you transform into 1 and 2? Go to transform. So you can see there are many menus there. In the top, there is one menu which is called transform. Okay. And in transform, recode into same variable. What will you do? You will go to transform, recode. The option is recode into same variable. I have written it in the chat box. Transform, recode into same variable. Click on that one and go to the variable which you want to change. Last question, what is your gender? I want to change this. This is a string variable. Okay. I selected the variable which I want to change. See, there are many variables, but they are on scale. So I want to change the last one, which is on a nominal data. Click on that one. Check it. Now, old and new values. If the value is male, I will assign 1 to it. And if the value is female, I will assign 2 to it. You will see after assigning these values, the whole column will change into 1 and 2 automatically. Even if you have 300 values, all of male and female will be changed into 1 and 2. What I have done, let me show you again. This is a string column, male and female. I want to change it into 1 and 2. How can I do that? I have to go to transform, recode into same variable. Select the question which you want to change into number and assign old and new value. This is the button here. Click on that one. This box will open. The old value is male. You must see your spelling before doing it. Add, then female. Change it into 2. Add, continue. Now it is okay. Click OK. You can see it is changed into 1 and 2. Why this one is not changed? Because there is some issue with the spelling. No, I have given the let me do that again. If there is an issue of the spelling, it will always be an issue. Look, all of them, you can see the screen, all of them has changed automatically into 1 and 2. Now 1 means male, 2 means female. It has been done by SPSS. You haven't changed it by yourself. You just assigned the value in the transform. What if we did in transform, recode into same variable. We selected the question which we want to change. We assigned the old and new value. You can see male 1, female 2. You have assigned this value. Old value male, change it into 1. Old value female, change it into 2. Male, change it into 1. Female, change it into 2. You added it and continue. When you continued it, it was changed into male and female in the same column. You can see now there is no male and female written. It is written 1 and 2. Okay. Now, so this is an option of transformation, transforming one variable. If you have values like bachelor, masters, or PhD, you can do the same. Bachelor 1, master 2, or others 3. You can transform the same variable into numbers. Still, when you generate the report, male and female will come. I will show you right now. First of all, tell me, is this first option clear to you? Do you understand the first option? Transform. You will use transform when you have strings. Strings means words. You can change those words into 1 and 2 or 0 and 1, whatever you want to assign it. So you will transform it from by assigning the variables. Let me show you a report, another report. You will see that SPSS will tell you what is male and what is female. Okay, see, go to analyze. Now this column, analyze column, is very important for you. All the descriptive statistics or different type of tests are available here. This is what we will do. Only one option, transform, recoding, is there in transform variable, which we used as recode into same variable. We will be using analyze more. So go to descriptive frequencies. Now the first option which I'm going to use is descriptive statistics and frequencies. I will select just one variable to show you what is your gender. Okay, and I want to what is your gender? This question I have selected, and I want to see the statistics. When you click the statistics, you can check different type of descriptive statistics like mean, median, mode, whatever you want. Let's say I want mean, median, mode as well. and standard deviation. These are the 4 measures which I want for descriptive statistics. Continue. If you want to draw a chart, you can also do that. Chart, I want a pie chart for it, let's say. Let me do it again. Analyze descriptive statistics frequencies. Let me write it in the chat box. Option is analyze descriptive statistics and then choose frequencies. You can choose many questions. Right now, I am just choosing one to show you. In frequencies, choose the question. Let's say I want to choose what is your gender. I want to see the mean, median, mode, or descriptive statistics for this one. So go to statistics, click on this button, statistics, select mean, median, mode. I want to find all of them, and standard deviation. Continue. If I want to make a chart, click on chart, and I want to make a pie chart for this one. You can make bar chart, you can make pie chart, it's up to you. Okay, continue. I don't want to display frequency table, so I will uncheck it. It's up to you. And I didn't click OK. The report is being generated. Let me show you the report. Okay, this was based on 1 and 2. So mean, median, and mode will not be calculated. Let me show you the report. Only the pie chart will be calculated because this is based on 1 and 2. There is no mean or median for it. Can you see it? What is your gender? Blue is male, green is female. SPSS, now there is not written, if you see our SPSS file, male and female is not written there. It is 1 and 2, but SPSS is showing you male and female. Why? Because SPSS knows that 1 means male, 2 means female. 1 means male, 2 means female. So why there is no mean, median, mode here? Because this is nominal data. Nominal data would normally not come in the form of mean, median, mode. Let me show you others. Let me show you others. You will see the mean, median, mode will be generated for that one. Okay, let me close it. Let me show you the window again. Okay. Let me take some other question for which I will be finding the descriptive statistics. Descriptive, not this question. Work environment is on a Likert scale from 1 to 5. Occupation, the first 3 questions I am picking. Q1, Q2, and Q3. Then I go to statistics, mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. Continue. I don't want the chart for it, or let's say I want the chart for it. Which one chart? Bar chart. Continue. Okay. Now mean, median, mode will be there. Let me show you that. I'm sharing the report with you, which you can see on your screen now. Yes. See, there are 5 values. Work environment, mean is 3.80. Can you see that? Median is 4. Mode is 3. Similarly, cooperation with the department. Now, SPSS is showing me the question which I have put in the label. Remember, in variable view, we have put the question in the label. That label is coming here in the report. Work environment, not Q1, Q2, and Q3 is coming. You can see the whole question is coming here. Work environment, cooperation with my department, cooperation with other departments. And you can see their mean, median, and modes, and standard deviations, which is the variation. And you can also see the graphs. Now, there is a problem in the graph. Can you see that? Numbers are coming 3, 4, and 5. Whereas in my questionnaire, it should have been strongly agree and disagree, right? It should have been displayed here. What does these numbers shows? I don't know. 3, 4, 5. It should have told me, it should have given me strongly agree or strongly disagree, who agreed and who disagreed. But if you see my graphs, in my graphs, it's not strongly agree and disagree. It is the number 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, whichever options have been taken. I don't know what does 3, 4, 5 means here, because it is not showing me the Likert scale. For example, strongly agree or disagree. Do you understand the problem here? The problem here is the graphs are coming, but the graphs are showing the numbers in the form of bars, 3, 4, or 1, 2. I don't need this. I need the scale with me. The scale is strongly agree to strongly disagree. You know that. But SPSS is not showing me that. It's showing just a number. Why? Because I haven't told SPSS about that scale. So what I will do right now, I will tell SPSS about the scale. How can we do it? Let me show you. So you understand the problem in this file. In this file, I don't know. Question number 1, what does 3, what does 4, or what does 5 means? Is it strongly agree or disagree? I don't know. You should know about it. It should come in the report. To make my report better, let me again show you a window. Okay. Now, go to variable view, and you need to define the values for question number 1, question number 2, and so on. Why change into nominal data? It should be scale data. Change all of them into nominal data. I have to change it into scale data. This is Likert scale data. So let me change it first. Only the last question is on nominal data, which is about the gender. Okay, now see, I will define the values. If value is 1, for in my questionnaire, that means strongly agree. I will add it. If the value is 2, I will give it a label agree only. Sorry. In my questionnaire, 1 means strongly disagree. In my questionnaire, 2 means disagree. 3 means neutral. 4 means agree. And 5 means strongly agree. So what I have done, I have defined the Likert scale in the values. How I have defined: 1 strongly disagree, 2 disagree, 3 neutral, 4 agree, 5 strongly agree. This is my scale on my questionnaire. So I have added it. Okay. Now you can see in my first column there is, but I want to change it for all of them. What can I do? I can just click. You don't need to do it for all of them. You just need to click on it, copy, and you can paste on every other with shift. Paste. You can paste it on all the other. You can see now all other, I copied it and I'm pasting it on the others. So all of the questions which were on Likert scale, you can just simply paste it on them. So I just copied the first one. I don't need to add the scale on every question. I have just pasted on all of them. The last one is male and female gender, so that one is different. Now you can see if I click anyone, you can see the scale is there on any question, which is on a Likert scale. Same, strongly disagree. You don't need to write it again and again. You can just make it for one and you can copy it on the others. Let me know if you understand this point.
Yes, Mr. I know it, but Mr. Look for the type. Why write the type numeric for this?
What did you say?
The type for this question, why you write it the numeric, not write the string?
No, okay, there are two things. For example, when you are collecting the data, you may have entered the string. If you have entered the string, then the process is you have to transform it first, because SPSS doesn't know the strings. Please keep this in mind. SPSS will not recognize words. SPSS, remember, is a computer software. So you have to change it into 1 and 2 for doing statistical testing. Okay, so that is why even when you take the data in Google form, it will be in the form of 1 and 2 when you have given a Likert scale there. Or you can transform it like what I did for gender. Male and female, I changed it into 1 and 2 number. Okay, so please change your words into numbers, but give them labels. If you give them labels in the report, the same word will come, but you can do the testing or different type of descriptives. Okay, please keep this in mind. You have to change your data. This is quantitative data. You have to change your data into numbers. That even here, even if I understand your question, if you are asking that it should be strongly agree and disagree before, like 1 and 2. Yes, if it is there, change them into numbers first by transform, recode in the same variable. Change them into 1 and 2 or 3, 4, and 5 numbers, like what I did for gender 1 and 2, male and female. Change them first. Because if you want to do statistical testing, your data should be in the form of numbers, not words. Okay, so when you change the numbers, now SPSS doesn't know what is the number. So you have to provide the value in the variable view. You can provide your scale here. Now this scale will come in my SPSS report. Let me show you that. Order. In the data view, go to analyze, what we did, descriptives, frequencies, and same 3 questions. Let me refresh it. How did we do it? Work environment, corporation. These were the 3 questions, and the descriptives will be mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. Continue, and okay. Now, let me show you the report. Now you will see the difference in the report. Okay, now you can see the report on your screen. The first one is the descriptive statistics, mean, median, and mode. You can see it is same. Work environment, cooperation with the department. The questions are coming. Mean, median, and mode and standard deviation. 4 measures are there. Now see the bar chart. Now there is no number. It is coming as neutral, agree, strongly disagree, whichever has been chosen. So 5 points have not been chosen in these 5 questionnaires. So whichever is chosen, neutral, 2, you can see the frequency 2, agree 2, strongly agree 1 for work environment. You can see now neutral 1 person was neutral out of 5, agreed 2 people agreed to the question, 2 people strongly agree to the question that they have cooperation with their department. And the third one, now it makes sense, cooperation with other departments. 2 people did not say anything, neutral, 2 of them agreed, and 1 of them strongly agreed. Before it was 1, 2, and 3. It was coming like that. When you give the value, now SPSS knows what is 1, what is 2, what is 3, what is 4, and what is 5. And the same thing will come in your report. You can see now in the graphs, agree and disagree and strongly agree or neutral are coming. rather than the numbers. This chart makes more sense. Now I know 2 people were neutral. 2 of them agreed. 1 of them strongly agree. When we ask them the question that their work environment is good. Do you understand? Now you can describe more. This is descriptive statistics. Do you understand my point here?
Yes, Mr. Clear.
So remember, whenever you have data, yes, Salima Nasir. You have any questions, Salima?
No, Mr. I see it's clear. Your point.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So please understand, when you have data in the form of male, female, change it into numbers. Change it by yourself. There are 2 ways. Okay. I can, if I see male, I will change it into 1. Female into 2. I can do it myself. But if your data is very long, the easy way is to do transform. I told you that. Go to transform option. What I did before, transform, recode into same variable. Choose the question which you want to recode into 1 and 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 and change it into that. Same thing can be done for any question which is in the form of words. And then you can provide the value in the variable view. In the variable view. Let me show you that again. You can see in the variable view, we provided the values like this scale. 1, strongly disagree, 2, disagree, 3, neutral, 4, agrees, 5, strongly disagree, strongly agree. This scale has been provided, and for the gender, I have provided the scale. 1 is male and 2 is female. Now SPSS knows what does this 1 and 2s and 3 and 4 and 5 means in the data. Otherwise, SPSS doesn't know what is 1, what is 2, what is 3, what is 4, what is 5, for which question. You can have different type of questions. Now, this numbers make sense. When you will generate any report, number will not come. The label will come. The label will be like strongly agree or disagree or neutral, or is it male or is it female or is it your education? What is that? It will come here. Let me do it again for your understanding. Let's say I have another question. Question number 24. I'm defining it. Okay, it was in the form of a string. One thing is, when I am entering the data in the SPSS, I can change it by myself manually. That is one thing. But if you are not doing it, you are just copying the data from there, it will be like this, what I will show you. It's in the form of a string, and the question is, what is your education, let's say. Okay, what is your education? It is a nominal data. Now, first of all, and let me enter the, now you can see I have question number 24 in my data view. Now for question number 22, let's say the first one is bachelor. Let's say the data was given like this and I am entering it like this, bachelor degree. Second one is master. Third one is again bachelor. Fourth one is bachelor. And fifth one is diploma. Now SPSS we cannot do any testing on it because this is not in the form of numbers. Please understand, SPSS will perform a test only if it is in the form of numbers. So how can I change it into numbers? First of all, go to transform, recode into the same variable. That means the same question 24, Q24 will be changed. Recode into same variable, select the question. The question is, what is your education? You can see it at the last. Now I will give the old and new value. Old and new value. This is the previous one coming, so just remove it. The value is, old value is bachelor. It should be assigned value 1. The old value is master. It should be assigned value 2. And the value is, or the label is diploma. These are 3 options in my questionnaire, and I will assign 3 to it. What I have done, bachelor 1, master 2, diploma 3. Now you can see when I continue and okay, you can see my question 24 is changed into 1, 2, and 3. Now, after doing this, go to variable view, and put the value, this value. Now, what I will do, value 1 means bachelor. For this question, 2 means master, and 3 means diploma. Okay. Now I have provided the values for question number 24 as well. Now let me do the analyze descriptive statistics only for this question. Only for this question. Remove the other questions. What is your education? I want to see, okay, it will not calculate the mean, median, mode because this is just a nominal data. I just want to see the chart, bar chart. Okay. The report has been generated. Let me show you the report. You will see it will not show the numbers. It will show bachelor, masters, and diploma. Okay. I'm sharing the screen. What is your education? Now you can see bachelor 3, masters 1, and diploma 1. No 1, 2, and 3 is coming. Although in our data we have 1, 2, and 3, but SPSS will pick it from the value which you have defined in the variable view. So Two things you should understand. You need to change your data into numbers for doing quantitative analysis. When you change it into data, what does it mean? If you have questions like male, female, change it into numbers, but provide the label or value for it. If you have the question like, what is your education? Where do you live? Please change them into numbers. You can do it manually. Manually means wherever I will see male, I will change it into 1. Wherever I see female, I will change it into 2. Or I can ask SPSS to do it by transform. Transform is a very easy function. Just select the question and you can transform it into the labels. The words can be changed into numbers. But at the same time, for the report, in the variable view, please define the values. And then those values will come in the report. That will make a lot of sense. But please remember, for SPSS, you cannot put words in the columns. If you have 1 or 2 questions which have words, this is okay. But if all of the data is in the form of words, that's not fine. You have to change it into numbers. Please keep this in mind. So if you have strongly agree and disagree written, please change them. You need to transform them into 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can use SPSS. SPSS will do it like this by transform, recode into the same variable. But you have to define the values for it. Values mean go to the variable view, define values like 1 means strongly agree, 2 means disagree, whatever it is that the scale is. Let me know if you understand this point. Do you understand this point? Why we did this?
Yes, yes, Mr.
Why we did this? Because for doing our testing, we need to have numbers, not words. So you have to change words into numbers. But still, you can have the words coming into your report if you define the values in the variable view. Okay, good. So what we have seen so far, why question number 16? Okay, question number 16, it should not be decimal, so let me make it 0. Okay. Now comes the important thing. So now we know about descriptive statistics. So there is only one option. What is that option? Go to analyze. Go to analyze. Go to descriptive statistics. When you click analyze, you will see descriptive statistics. And then choose, when you go to descriptive statistics, many options will open. You have to choose the first one, which is frequencies. Here you can choose different type of descriptive measures like mean, median, mode, or some chart. Whatever you want to make, you can do that. So this is one important option for descriptive statistics. But what about hypothesis testing? How can we do hypothesis testing? So there are different type of t-tests available. So the first thing which you must know, how to make your SPSS file. So you need to define the questions in the variable view, and you have to put your data in their data view. So 2 tabs are there. This is the first thing which we learned. Then I told you, if you have words with you, transform or change them into numbers and provide them the value. Value means the labels in the variable view. Then we studied how to get the descriptive statistics. You can get descriptive statistics for all the questions even. Go to descriptive statistics frequencies, and you can choose all the questions, and all the questions graphs will be there. Everything will be there. Let me show you again. Analyze descriptive statistics frequencies. Let me choose many questions. With shift, I can choose 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many questions I want to choose? I will go to statistics. I just want their mean and standard deviation. So check only mean and standard deviation, continue. And the chart, I want to make them the bar charts. Bar charts are there, continue. Okay. The report is generated. Let me show you the report now for all those questions. So it's very easy right now. When you have made your sheet, data sheet, go to Windows. Let me show you the output report now. Okay, you can see only mean, the first table, you can see the mean and standard deviation for work environment, cooperation with the question number 1, question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the first 8 questions. And you can see their bar charts, and you can see no numbers are coming. The labels are coming, neutral, agree, or strongly agree, or disagree, whatever is that, for all the questions. These are descriptive statistics because I can just describe it. For example, the information is circulated to the financial benefits and policies. 3 of the people who responded to my questionnaire, they were neutral. They were not sure. Neutral means they were not sure. 2 of them strongly agree that they get the information related to the financial benefits and policies. So what I'm doing, I'm just describing. So that is why this is mean, median, mode, and the graphs, they are called descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics. See this, training. Do you get training? So 2 of them strongly disagree. That means the employees, two employees, they strongly disagree that they get training. So they did not get any training. 2 of them were unsure that whether they get some training or not, or they didn't want to tell. And 1 of them agreed that he or she got training. What I'm doing, I'm just describing the data through graphs. Do you get my point? This way you can describe every graph or the mean, median, mode. That is why these are called descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics. Now remember what I told you. Descriptive statistics cannot be used for hypothesis testing. If you have hypothesis, you cannot show that your hypothesis is true or false through these mean, median, modes, or graphs. For that, you need to perform different type of tests. But first test which you need to perform is the reliability test. First of all, tell me, do you understand descriptive statistics?
Yes, Mr.
What about others? Do you understand what we have done? Okay, good. Now the first important test before doing any hypothesis testing is the reliability test. What is a reliability test? If you remember, I told you that it has a measure called Cron-Batch alpha. And this Cron-Batch alpha value should be higher than 0.7. It shows that my questionnaire is reliable. It shows that my questionnaire is reliable. What does reliability means? Reliability means in my questionnaire, many of the students or many of the people who responded to this questionnaire, they provided consistent responses. Consistent means the questions which I have asked, they didn't have different type of meanings. I told you, I like bread and butter. This is a double barrel question. Double barrel question means I will say no because I don't like butter, but I like bread. But some, they will like butter, they will say yes to it. Some will say no to it. Why? Because you have put two things together. So your question is wrong actually. Bread and butter, you would have asked two questions. I like bread. The second question would be, I like butter. So you need to test the reliability of your questionnaire, whether the responses given by the people or the respondents, is it consistent or not? And the measure is the Cron-Batch alpha value should come more than 0.7. And of course, which questions can have this reliability issue? Only the questions which are on Likert scale, 5-point Likert scale. The questions like, what is your gender? What is your education? They don't have any issue. So we will only test those questions which are on scale. Scale means interval data. This is the first thing which you should remember. Let me perform this test. Inshallah, next time around, I will also do it again. But let me perform the reliability test first. I told you analyze option is very important for you. Go to analyze and go to scale and reliability analysis. Analyze, scale, reliability analysis. Let me write it in the chat box as well. You have to go to analyze option, scale, and then you need to choose reliability analysis. Analyze, scale, reliability analysis. Now choose the questions. With shift, I will choose all the questions, but not the last two. See, only those questions are coming.
Not presenting.
Yes, Adil?
Screen is off, not presenting.
Oh, sorry. Window. Sorry for that. Let me do it again. Okay, let me do it. Analyze, scale, reliability analysis. Analyze, scale, reliability analysis. Click on that one. This chat box will open. Only those questions are here which are on scale. No question like what is your education, what is your gender, we have defined. You can see it is not there. So choose the questions, all of these questions, because these are the part of my questionnaire and they are on Likert scale. See, there is no question on education, no question on gender, because they were on nominal scale. The method is alpha. You have to do nothing. You have to just choose all the questions, put it on the other side, click OK. Click OK. The report is generated. Let me quickly show you the report. It's very easy. You just need to choose the questions for which you want to do the reliability analysis. I have chosen all my questions which were on scale. There will be no question there in SPSS which is on nominal scale. Okay, now let me show you the report. It's a very simple report. See this. Nothing to do with the first table. Yes, now you can see. Nothing to do with the first table. The second table, cron batch alpha. See, reliability statistics, cron batch alpha. What is the value? 0.866. Is my questionnaire reliable? For how many questions? You can see also the question numbers in the report. 22 items, 22 questions. I have total 24 questions in my questionnaire, but the 2 questions are nominal data. They are not here. Only the questions which are on the Likert scale, 1 to 5 Likert scale are there. The reliability value is, cron batch alpha value is 0.866. Is it okay or not? Is my questionnaire reliable or not? I have checked the reliability of my data, of my questions, and the value is 0.866. Is my questionnaire reliable or not? This is my question to you people.
Yes, I think.
Yeah. How? Why do you think? Because I told you, if you see the value
More
of,
than 7.
yeah, cron batch alpha value should be greater than 0.7. This is 0.866. So that means my data, my questionnaire is reliable. I can do statistical testing now. If your data, remember what I told you, if your reliability is low, then you have to collect the data again. Remember that? Inshallah, in the next class, I will start with the reliability test again because we have to talk about it. Here we have just find the reliability. It's very easy. Analyze, scale, reliability. Choose the questions, and the report will be generated like what I'm showing you right now. Just the value. You need to check whether this value of cron batch alpha is higher than 0.7 or not. If it is higher than 0.7, good. If it is less than 0.7, that means your data is not okay. You have to change your questionnaire. Remember, I told you, there are some questions which have issues. You need to check them. Is this point clear? I will, inshallah, talk in the next class from reliability test. Is this clear? I will
Yes.
again perform reliability test next time around because it's very important test. Okay. With that, I will end the class.